Well, here's a sight to behold. An elephant in a beautiful forest. How amazing. And in such beautiful light. And if you imagine that you'd been walking down that pathway just before the elephant emerged, walking on a path through the forest, breathing in Mother Nature's fresh air, the sounds and the smells and the crunch of the leaves under your feet. And then all of a sudden you start feeling the earth vibrating under your feet. And you hear a rumble. And all of a sudden around the curve and through the light emerges this gigantic elephant coming right toward you. What's your reaction? What do you do? Well, maybe you've seen movies about being charged by an elephant, and so you're scared and you think you better run. But how do you run away from an elephant? You climb a tree? Do you try to go the opposite direction? What do you do? How do you get away from the elephant? But what if you wanted to continue on your path? How do you do that? Or maybe you've read and heard things about elephants being these mystical, spiritual, sentient beings. And that's what's in front of you. But it's still an obstacle on your path. Are you going to try to engage it? Or avoid it? What do you do? Well, what if that elephant that's in your way actually is the way? What if what's in the way is the way? Sometimes the obstacles that show up in life are actually pathways, stepping stones, solutions that we might not have seen before. Sometimes they're just in the way, or at least how it seems. So when you're walking your pathway of life, what tends to get in the way? What are those obstacles that show up, like something that other people do, or the kinds of events or situations? Maybe anything from the weather to the demands of your kids, to finances, to someone's opinion of you. But the reality is, it's your reaction to it that makes it an obstacle. That elephant is only a hindrance on your path if you don't want it to be there. But you're not wanting it to be there, that's a form of resistance to what is. Eckhart Tolle says, embrace it as if you had chosen it. And then once you've chosen it, you can learn from it. You can grow from it. You can expand because of it. Maybe that elephant on your path actually is a mystical, spiritual opportunity. You can embrace it, learn from it, grow from it, or run away from it. So let's get specific. Right now, just consider, what's one area of your life where you tend to feel thwarted or blocked or stuck or stopped? Just consider that right now. What's just one of those things that comes up? And what is it that seems to be in the way? Externally, what is it? There's usually something external to blame. So what is it, or who is it that tends to get in your way? And then internally, your reaction to that. What is your reaction that gets in your way? Resentment, anger, feeling like a victim, feeling powerless. Just notice what that is. And when you're in that, what is it that you feel in your emotional state? Notice how you feel that in your body as well, where you get tight or tense or quivery, whether your body collapses or puffs up. Notice the thoughts that go through your mind. The kinds of things you imagine. The kinds of things you're likely to say when that something is in your way. Now just imagine that you had a guardian angel, or you may want to consider it your higher self, or a spiritual guide within you. But imagine there's some being, some form of consciousness that is so taking care of you and so committed to your spiritual growth as a person inside as well as outside. And that being who loves you and takes care of you had created this experience of putting something in your way for you. What if this were totally a gift that's for you? What would that gift be? Perhaps it's a lesson, a life lesson. Perhaps it's a new perspective on something, a new or better way of approaching something. Perhaps it's a nudge for you to release something, to let something go, or to move in a new direction. Something to embrace. Just notice how this thing that's in the way is for you. That thing that's in the way is the way. And as you focus on this gift, on how it's for you, notice how you feel. Notice if there's some expansion, some relaxing, some softening inside you, some willingness, some cooperativeness. Notice how that feels in your body. Notice the thoughts as you focus on the newness, the gift, the offering of this thing in the way. As you notice the new way, what thoughts go through your mind? How do you imagine this being for you? What kinds of things do you say? and do. And how do you now walk your path? As you realize that what you thought was in the way is the way.